Hello everyone, this is Kathleen and I am happy to be here today to share the flip through of my steampunk journal. And I love the way this turned out. I love the size of it. It is 5.5 by 7 3/4, 7 3/4. So it's I think I mentioned when we made the cover, it's a recycled Reader's Digest book, and they're just the best size for a journal, I think, just right. This one has a 1 1/4 inch spine that has kind of swelled a little because I've stuffed it. But this has 3 signatures and 120 pages. And yeah, and this is, do you remember that we made this cover as part of my design team project for Stacy's Stories on Etsy? And I have used inside her Vintage Grunge Steampunk digital kit. And I will link that kit again in the description. There are 3 or 4 other videos connected to this journal. If you want to take a look for those, I will list those also in the description box. But this is how the journal turned out, the cover. I really love this brassy highlights on the clock. And here's the back. And in the end, I just went with this simple button closure. The hitch post didn't work. It was just going to be awkward, and I hate awkward closures. So I just did the regular button closure and have just used a simple hair tie band to close. So let's go inside and see what I've managed to do. So here's the first pretty digital page, and I've got a double pocket here with this is a partial digital from the kit, just a scrap that I've just made into this little tag. And then a second tag. This is a fussy cut from one of the little tags. And then I've just done some stamping, and since this is a corset, I put some lace for the tab on that tag. There are actually 25 pockets and tucks throughout the journal, and 28 tags and cards and papers that I've included. This is just book page. I've used a lot of book pages in here too to supplement Stacy's digital pages. And this is a book that is scientific. It's very steampunky, and I was so thrilled to find it. Anyway, this is partial image from a book page out of that book. Some dictionary and a sticker. I've folded it up and created this little pocket, and this is just a hand-dyed index card and some butterfly stickers. This is another of the digital papers. You can see I've printed it onto a book page, and then I have used that intentional water damage that the last video I did is talking about using the ink on these digitals and creating intentional water damage. So I just sprayed it, and it's actually a beautiful digital, and you'll see the other side of it on the further into the journal. But this part, I just kind of made this grungy ink. This is one of Stacy's digitals too, but it's left over from the Bursting Butterflies kit that I used back in May or June to do a journal. And this is an acrylic sticker here. And this is a stamp and stencil, and just on vintage paper that has this beautiful texture because it came from a book, just the flyleaf page, and I've just created a little bit of unity here with that butterfly stamp. So I've just used some coffee dyed papers. I've stenciled some of the pages, and this is some vintage typing paper, and this is a tag that I made with Tim Holtz paper doll, and some wings, some texture paste up here, a little bit of stamping. And this darling little parrot here is a steampunky parrot. It's one of the little tags in the digital kit. Some collage stamping down here. This is another book that I have, Phase Difference. It's an electronic dictionary, an electronic dictionary, and I love it. It just has all these real phase difference. That sounds so steampunky, doesn't it? This beautiful center of the signature, this digital lovely rust color, and this is fabulous steampunk image. And I've just made this pocket with a little bit of fussy cut. All of the images are from Stacy's kit, unless I, point out that it's not. This is just a map from a book page, and another little handmade journal card, just some stamping. So plenty of room to journal. Here's the other side of that electronic dictionary: quantum theory, quartz crystal oscillator. Oh, so fun for steampunk. Here's a couple of digitals from the kit, a journal card that I made in a recent video, and then this little tag just on some washi tape there. Another little stencil image, a stamp. I loved this image. I would get this kit just for this image, and it folds over the page. So yeah, it's a long image, and I wanted to use it as a fold over pocket. So there's space here. I just love that. And then a little tuck over on this side too. That just is so fun. And then this is just a really plain card. It was in a paper pack, just journaling, but it matched the colors. And here is the other side of that that I was telling you about, that digital. It's a dark digital, but it's very textured, and I think it just looks great with that book page print. And then this is also paper from the Bursting Butterflies kit, and I just took a stamp, a silver ink, pigment ink, and just stamped a gear and a key on those butterflies to make it kind of steampunky. But it didn't really match the pretty spring journal I made, but it matches this steampunk really well, so it's in here. Some washi tape. Here's the other side of that book. It's a Victorian a physics lecture hall. Fun. And then this is my favorite element in the whole journal. This is one of the digitals that Stacy has in the kit, and I fussy cut around it and inked it a little bit, and then created this belly band. I've also put some glossy accents on the clock face to kind of embellish that, and this is just coffee dyed paper that slides in there. And this is also a really cool page, I think. The way she's done the grunge and the colors, I really like that page. I will use that in other journals for sure. These gears are gorgeous. Stamp there. This is another of the ephemera, and I have made it into a pocket. When I cut it out of the cardstock, I just left a little bit at the top and bottom so that I would have enough ahead of, I didn't want to cut off his head. So, and then, yeah, I used some distress ink. This is a pretty Victorian sticker. This is also one of the images from the kit, and I've just used some distress ink and some water damage on this card. Another little collaged stamp collage here. Love this. I've got some sari silk that I've just folded over and then pinched it between these gears. And this is some book cover page, not the cover, but the inside flyleaf page that I've included in here. This is just a little over the page flip that you saw in one of the videos that I have made. And it just fits over here, and then I have this little Tim Holtz quip at the top. Some the sky and the forest. It's just some text from a book. This is a little weekly time card that I've just done a little collaging on, and it goes behind here. This is that other that print that I did the water damage on, and on this side it matched so well with this avocado dyed paper. Love that. And these are also fussy cut from the kit. And I've got this map page here in the center, and I've just done some stamping, some washi tape here. This is just some coffee dyed paper that I have created, just a little journaling paper for this spread. It is just lovely. I hope you can see that pretty subtle design there with the rosy colors. And this is a Tim Holtz die cut, just some collage down the side here, and this is one of the little tags, and I've done that water damage on it, and then just put this pretty blue ribbon and a metal embellishment there. That's just a little bit of a different tie. Some more avocado dyed paper, and here I've just done this pretty blue fabric ruffle on this. It's one of the background pages. This is another digital pocket from the ephemera. And this is also just another book page that I have folded and just put a little ruffly embellishment there. This is one of those card catalog cards. I've just done some stamping on it, and this is one of the digitals from the kit, this pretty locomotive, and then just a scrap paper and a label. I've made this library card pocket. I showed this pocket in one of the other videos on intentional water damage. I hope you can kind of see how that works along the edge, and then I just used 3 little brads for rivets, and it's just a scrap of paper, and just the colors matched so well. This is another of the background pages I really like in this rusty and brown color, and then I've just used so many of these lace pieces on the edges of the paper. This is out of that other industrial book, vintage book, and love the trains. Here's another card that I made from the digital and stamped on it. And this is one of the tags that I made. Fit in here. There's a little fold out ledger paper, and I printed one of the digitals onto this ledger paper and just really like the way that looks. This is just a book. It's a paper, some kind of a scrap paper, and I have just painted and stamped to create that. It's just a mixed media background. So I was going to embellish it and decided I would leave it to my swap partner. She can maybe do some collage or put another pocket, whatever she might like on that. But I decided to just leave that. Here's another pocket with that digital design from the kit. And I've just kind of offset another paper in the back with the 3 brads, and then this is another card with a digital image from the kit. This is the center of the last signature, and this is another one of those really large black and white images, and I have fussy cut that. I love this. And then I've attached it on this side and then to the pocket on this side, and created this little peekaboo pocket, one of my peekaboo pockets. And then here's a digital, just simple. I've just distressed around the edge and put this little on there. And then this is just a scrap. So this is a double pocket here, and then this is some of that railroad, the financial, the people who keep the books, you know. This is the Tremont and South Omaha. So this is just some really pretty paper that you can journal on, and completely vintage. 1905. Oh, lovely. So I've just tucked that down in here as well. And made a belly band with this image. I just did some sewing and then glued it on. So it's not sewn on this side, but. And then this is a 3rd page from that Bursting Butterflies. And I just thought this goes so well. I just wanted to make a journaling paper from that background paper. So I will link the Bursting Butterflies kit as well, so that you can get these pretty images also. And then I've used just some butterfly stickers in the back. And here's the other side of that painted paper. And I've made a little glassine bag, and used the negative of the moments here. I've used that as a little embellishment here. There's a little side tuck, and then of course the top of the bag with this bow. And this is just a bunch of stamping. All of my stamps I just used on this card. Here's the other side of that print and then I used the ledger paper to print it on. Here's a little scrap of music page, and I've just put an edge on it and created a little pocket. This is a stencil and just some stamps that I did. This was an old Bible video, Bible trivia card and I just sanded it off to use the card as a background. This is those 3 more of those little tags, and I just used that on the edge of this flip out. Here's another one with some little metal gears and embellishments. I've made this altered paper clip, and then this is on this side. I've just used some graph paper and hand dyed to make that journaling paper. And then there's this, whoops, it goes this way, just this fancy paper clip. I like that. And the final page, and then the back. Some of you might have watched me prepare the cover, and so there's just this collage here in the back. And that's the end. So that's my steampunk journal. It's going to be for a swap on Junk Journal Junkies group. And so I'm excited to send this to a partner and then get her journal back. So swaps are really fun. If you've never done one, I encourage you to do one. And I will say thanks for being with me, and I'll see you next time.